Guardiola calls Neymar to discuss a potential Man City transfer. A Liverpool player openly takes a dig at Jurgen Klopp. And Erik Ten Hag finally speaks up on Mason Greenwood's future. Hi everyone, it's the latest big news in the Premier League and a lot is going on even after the season ends. At Liverpool, something seems to be brewing behind the scenes between Fabio Carvalho and Jurgen Klopp. Liverpool boss clearly doesn't trust his young player and has been repeatedly questioned about it. Now, Carvalho has taken a dig at his head coach on Instagram. He uploaded a picture of himself, and when someone in the comments suggested he is the next top model, Carvalho replied, "All I do now." Can't be any clearer what he means. Up until November, Klopp gave his young player minutes, but since then, he's played less than 20 minutes in the Premier League. He was not injured, he was not playing some imaginary football, just wasn't playing football for Jurgen Klopp. And it got so bad, even Klopp had to speak up at some point. Fabio is a very young player and a big talent. He hasn't played too often because, from my point of view, we needed different skills when we started or when we changed during the games. He did nothing wrong. He has improved a lot and developed a lot. He's a good kid and is in the middle of the group and the team, and that's all fine. Obviously, he's not in a happy place at the moment. And when it comes to Liverpool fans, they generally take Jurgen Klopp's side. If Klopp says so, so be it. Klopp has actually suggested a loan for the player, something he rarely does in public. One Liverpool fan wrote, "Unfortunately, this kid will never play for the first team. He's rubbed Klopp the wrong way, for whatever reason. And as we know, with what happened with Sacco, if you mess up badly with the boss, you're out." Elsewhere, it feels like an eternity has passed, and Declan Rice is still a West Ham United player. In the meantime, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United have all been linked to the England international. But curiously enough, he could end up in Germany. That's because Sky Sports revealed that Rice had a phone call with Thomas Tuchel a few days ago, and it was a good conversation. Both appreciate each other, and Rice is open to a Bayern transfer. The only problem is Arsenal, who are pushing to sign the 24-year-old, and if anything, time is on their side. Whatever happens, if Declan Rice is still a West Ham player by August, something's just wrong about it. And if there is a stranger idea than Declan Rice staying at West Ham for so long, the idea that James Maddison will play for Leicester in the Championship is just nonsense. Surely not. Well, of course not, and Leicester understands it. They hope to sell the best player for around £50 million, according to Daily Mirror. The thing is, Maddison only has a year left on his contract, and despite 10 goals and 9 assists last season, was pretty unreliable in terms of injuries. Some Leicester City fans even accused him of going missing in big games, which for Leicester was like every game. Tottenham Hotspurs, Newcastle and Arsenal are among the clubs eyeing up the player, but they could only offer around £40 million. Speaking of bottom-table clubs and questionable coaching decisions, last weekend, Leeds were relegated to the Championship. They didn't even put up much of a fight against Spurs and lost 4-1 at home. The miracle didn't happen. The relegation specialist Sam Allardyce failed his task to save the club. He blamed it on the players though. "It's a professional suicide," ranted Big Sam. "We prepare for games, but when you do things like we did with huge errors, people like Hurricane will take full advantage. We messed up again. Without stopping the goals going in, we couldn't pick the points up. We wanted to go out with a sense of pride, but I just didn't see that. It's all about the basics. It's very sad this club is getting relegated, having worked so hard for so long to get back into the Premier League. Blame the players, blame the coach, blame the board. Doesn't matter. Leeds have only picked up 1 point out of 12 available since Big Sam was appointed. Not even a win, and Leeds are deservedly going down." Man United are in a tricky situation with Mason Greenwood as the summer approaches. Keep him, sell him, loan him. It seems like no one knows at Man United, and the same applies to Erik Ten Hag, who has opened up on the issue. He said about Greenwood, "He has showed in the past that he is capable of scoring goals, but it's not my decision as to whether he returns." At the moment, United are conducting an internal investigation to decide what's next. Previously, it was rumored that the club prepared Greenwood for a TV interview in which he has to show remorse for what he did. As a reminder, Mason Greenwood was charged with attempted rape. He wasn't acquitted, more like criminal proceedings against him were discontinued. He and his girlfriend, yes, that one, are now expecting a child. Do United fans want him back? It's a big question. Some say an emphatic no, others say Case closed, bring him back. It's a huge decision to make with Greenwood being a top asset. He is young, perfectly two-footed, can play anywhere up front, and he guarantees goals, which is something United badly miss. According to French newspaper L'Equipe, Pep Guardiola has got in touch with Neymar to find out about his intentions ahead of this transfer window. But while there is a good chance Neymar will finally leave PSG this summer, he is unlikely to go to Man City, claims the source. The thing is, Neymar has had an uneasy relationship with his club for a long time, pretty much since he joined them. Most lately, he wasn't even around as PSG celebrated a league title. He was in Monaco to watch F1 instead. And who can blame him? As many as three PSG fans were at the airport to welcome the champions. And as for Neymar, he actually had an amazing campaign and was in the conversation for the Ballon d'Or at some point. He scored a respectable 18 goals and made 17 assists, and he hasn't played in the last 2 months because of an injury. Frankly speaking, this transfer window may be the right time to end this abusive relationship between PSG, their fans, and Neymar. What do you think of these stories? Leave your comments below or discuss it all with thousands of fans of your favorite club on TRIBUNA. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. We go again tomorrow.